Now that we're situated on the other side, let's get those legs stacked, hips tucked back, keeping the hip flexor open. Remember our plank variations, you can either do the bent knees up here, you can do that double leg raise, or if you want to make it really hard, go straight up here. So let's go ahead and decide on which one we're going to do. Remember to tighten that stomach, stack those legs, bring the hip legs back to open up the hip flexor, and go ahead and either raise those legs up or raise those hips up, tightening that stomach, flat line here from the shoulders down to the feet. Holding here, slow, deep breaths. Almost there, 10 more seconds. Keep those legs or hips actively pushed up, stomach tight. And slowly relax down. Remember, you can drop the head all the way to the mat, or you can cradle your head in your hand. Let's grab that weight again. Tighten that stomach. Exhale, lifting the arm up. And slowly back down. Remember, keep those hips as settled as you can. They'll want to roll around. I want you to keep that stomach tight to prevent that hip wiggle as much as you can here. Relax that weight down. I'm going to go into one more side plank here. So either get those legs stacked up, pushed back, knees bent, or elbow under that shoulder for a regular side plank. Let's tighten that stomach. Actively push those legs up or hips up, depending on which exercise you're doing. Keeping that stomach tight here. And remember, if you're on the floor here, if you're on the ground, keep those legs pushed up as high as you can the whole time. Active leg push up. You can bring that hand in front to give you a little more stability as well. So about 15 seconds left with this hold. We're almost there. And relax those hips down. We're going to grab that weight one more time. Either relax the head all the way down, or you can cradle it in your hand. Let's keep those legs pushed back to keep those hip flexors open. Tighten that stomach. Grab that weight right in front of the shoulder. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale, slowly lower. That stomach tight. Try to control those hips as well as you can. Let's go 2 more. Relax that weight down. We're all done with that weight. You can move it out of the way. Take your time. We're going to roll over to our backs and finish with some bridge variations, and then we'll finish with the stretches at the very end. So let's go ahead and bring those heels underneath the knees, and those feet should be about hip width apart here. We're just going to go to a regular bridge hold. So tighten that stomach, keep those knees actively pushed apart, don't let them collapse in. So knees out, stomach tight, raise those hips up, squeezing those glutes here, working on our hip extensors, our big glutes that we sit on all day. So keep them nice and tight, stomach tight here, holding, slow, deep breaths, slowly in through the nose, and slowly out through the mouth. Keeping that core nice and tight. Tight stomach like someone's about to tickle you, so it should be nice and hollow here. Glutes nice and tight, working those hip extensors. Make sure those knees aren't collapsing in as well. About 15 more seconds here. And relax those hips down. Let's bring those knees back nice and wide into our happy baby pose. So have those forearms on the inside of those legs, and gently push those arms down into the legs to create a bigger stretch on the interior part of those thighs, stretching out those adductor muscles here. And slow, deep breaths. And relax those legs, dropping those feet back below the knees, walking them out to hip width apart. We're going to go into another bridge here, so you're welcome to bring yourself up to a regular bridge, keeping that stomach tight, glute squeezed. So you can either hold this one here, or if you want to make it a little harder, I want you to bring one knee up at a time, slow marches. If you're going to the slow marches, pay attention to your hips. They may want to wiggle around. Keep them as square as you can as you keep those hips pressed up and stomach tight. So go ahead and start here once you're ready. Keeping those hips extended up as high as you can. And try to stabilize those hips as you keep that stomach tight. Slow and controlled steps. Those hips even, stomach tight. And relax those hips down, bring those knees back wide again, arms on the inside of those legs. And if you want to gently press down with those arms into the legs to create a deeper stretch into those adductors, and our happy baby again here. And slow, deep breaths as we relax into the stretch. those legs, dropping them down. Want to finish off our session here with some, shouldn't say finish off, but last exercise I should say before we stretch. I want to do our single leg bridges here. So I'm going to keep the right foot down, right below that knee, and either hug in that left leg tight to the body. You're also welcome to cross it over as well, whichever you prefer. We're going to go in a cadence together here. So get that foot firmly on the ground, pushing through that foot, lift the hips high, holding it here. And those hips even, stomach tight. I want you to slowly start to lower without touching the hips to the ground. And then push those hips up nice and quick again. So we're doing a 10-second hold at the top here. And then a 5-second slow lower. But don't let the hips touch. But then explode those hips back up to the ceiling, keeping that stomach tight the whole time. So 10-second hold at the top. 5-second lower, nice and slow and controlled. And then exploding back up. Good. Slowly back down. And up. Slowly down, just 2 more of these. Exploding up. Slowly down, just 1 more. I'll switch sides. Exploding up, hips high, stomach tight, hips even as well. And slowly lower, all the way down this time. Switching legs, putting that opposite foot on the ground, either tucking in that leg, giving a nice hug into the chest, or crossing it over here. Tighten that stomach, let's explode those hips off the ground, holding it up here for 10 seconds. And slowly lower for 5. And explode up. Slowly down. And up. Slowly down. And up. Slowly down. And up. Got 1 more after this one. Then we'll finish with our stretches. Slowly down. Last one here, exploding up, holding up here. Keep those hips even, stomach tight. And slowly back down, relaxing all the way down this time. Go ahead and extend your legs out nice and straight. I'm going to start with a hip stretch here. I'm going to turn myself around so you can see me a little bit to start. I just want you to bring that right knee up. Grab the outside of that right thigh with your left hand. Drooping that leg across the body, draping that leg across the body, keeping the shoulders down on the mat, holding here, creating a stretch in that back hip muscle. Just holding it down here. Keeping the shoulders on the mat. Slow, deep breaths as you ease into this stretch. Bring that leg back to center, extend it out. Bring that opposite leg up. Let's bring that left knee up. Grab the outside of that left thigh with the right hand. Draping it across the body, keeping the shoulders down on the mat. Holding it here. For slow, deep breaths as we relax into this stretch. Bring that leg back to center. Go ahead and grab your belt. We're going to finish with our hamstring stretches here. So grabbing that belt. Once I get mine figured out, we're going to loop it around that right foot to start with here. So loop it around the ball of the right foot. Tuck that other leg back. But I want that leg that the strap is attached to stay nice and straight here the whole time. Doesn't matter if you can go all the way up. If that leg's not straight, it's not going to get that full stretch I want you to get. So even if you can only keep a straight leg at this point, that's okay. You're going to still get that stretch in those hamstrings and those calf muscles. By keeping the shoulders down, leg nice and straight, holding this stretch here. Try and let that foot relax as well. That'll create a deeper stretch in those calf muscles. Just holding it here, keeping those shoulders down on the mat. Breathing through this. We're almost done with our session today. Slowly start to lower that leg. Kind of bring it to the opposite foot, evening ourselves out. So strap it around the ball of the left foot this time. In order to keep that leg nice and straight, shoulders down. And once you're ready here, keeping that leg straight, start that hold. Holding for a minute.